I guess I'm a poster child that fast is good in Primerica. Fast is good. Now, most of you probably, I mean, we know that maybe 4% of the United States makes $50,000 a year. So, if you got in Primerica and was making 50, 60, 70, $100,000 a year after 5, 6 years, that would probably still put you in the top 3% of the United States, right? Okay, but that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. As Chris said, I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Okay, which is everybody knows knows about New Orleans. About an hour outside of New Orleans. Baton Rouge is the capital of Louisiana, and it was so funny that he talked about programming, because we all are programmed for something. And I was fortunate and blessed to be raised by parents who were entrepreneurs. They were business owners. They had always been. After my dad got out of LSU, went and played a little bit in the NBA, and he started a business in Baton Rouge in 1978, year before I was born, him and my mom together. Okay, so all I knew was entrepreneurship. All I knew was ownership. You know what I'm saying? I got to live a lifestyle that successful business owners, that's the lifestyle they can afford. I got the opportunity to go to Egypt and see the pyramids. I got an opportunity to go to West Africa, and see where the slaves were brought across the water. I got a chance to see all of that stuff. I got a chance to go to Italy. I got a chance to go to France. I got a chance to do those things because my father could afford it. But why could he afford it? Because he took a chance that most people wouldn't take and became a business owner. Now, it wasn't Primerica, okay? And so he had to put a lot of money up front to do that, okay? But think about this. Chris Howard makes $1.2 million a year. The gentleman who recruited me, Mr. Bill Wood, who's going to speak after me, makes, actually he's made $285,000 last month. And guess what? They paid $199. You see, I was always pushed to be the best. You see what I'm saying? I was always pushed to be out front. Middle school, you class president. You got to be the point guard on a basketball team because that's where everything starts from. You're supposed to be the leader. So if that's all you have programmed in your brain, then that's all you know. You see, I was programmed to win at a very early age. The competitive streak in me was almost on the edge of being, crazy. You know what I'm saying? My dad used to have me on the varsity cross country team when I was in the 5th grade. All I knew, and if you ever run cross country, that's a pretty tough sport. But it was like I've been groomed my entire life for Primerica. I've been groomed my entire life for success in Primerica. Toughness, dealing with I played ball at LSU, all SEC basketball player, and I was a shooter. And there might have been games where I went 1 for 9, 1 for 10, but who you think wanted the shot at the end of the game? Because I understood that that's just a part of the game. You're not gonna make every shot. You're not gonna hit every ball out of the park, but at least you what? Try. So I understood that, and so I played ball at LSU. I learned to deal with tough situations, but turn them and make them better. Turn them and make them a positive. See, my very first day of practice at LSU, I came to LSU, and what you're gonna deal with, especially if you're brand new here, is you're gonna deal with what I call haters. See, it's another word for that, negative people. You see, what I learned early on was you have to take the haters and make them motivators. Okay? Because when I first got to LSU, now you guys got to understand this. Coming out of high school, I probably was averaging 30 points, 10 assists, 10 rebounds. I was averaging a triple double coming out of high school. But for some reason, people said that the only reason LSU was giving me a scholarship was because my father played there. And what I couldn't understand is I said, well, I understand my dad played at LSU, but he didn't get out and score 30 points and get 10 rebounds and get 10 assists a game in high school. You know what I'm saying? He didn't do that. So, you know, I just took those people as motivation. See, a lot of times people take those type of people and they actually listen to them. And they let that stuff get in their brain and deter them, okay, and turn them away from accomplishing their goals and dreams. That wasn't something that I was programmed to do. You see what I'm saying? So I was the type of person that took that kind of stuff as motivation. So, you know, very first day of practice, Brandon, I got hurt. Very first day during layup lines. I heard my hip was out for 3 months during layup lines, no contact. See? So I learned early on everything happens for a reason, because there's no way that somebody gets hurt for 3 months during layup lines unless it's supposed to happen like that. So what I did was I took that and made it a positive. Got my degree in business in 3 years while I was playing ball, got a master's in a year, was working on a PhD. Now, I didn't do all of that just because well, actually, I'll be honest with you. The reason I started working on a PhD, Chris, was because number one, I didn't have anything else to do. And number two, I knew that if I started working on a PhD, it probably would put me a little bit better when the draft came around. See what I'm saying? Because they said, well, golly, this guy has goals and dreams. Okay. So that's, being honest, that's why I started working on a PhD. Okay. But the funny thing about this business, you don't have to have any of that. You don't have to have any of that to be successful. All you got to have is the desire to want to be something more. You see, so when I got here after LSU, got a chance to play on some championship teams and things, SEC championship, not national championship, obviously. But I got an opportunity by the Detroit Pistons to come play in the NBA Summer League. And I played with the Detroit Pistons, played against LeBron and Dwayne Wade, and played with Tayshaun, and got coached by Larry Brown, and, actually was named one of the top 3 shooters in the entire Summer League. So things were looking real good for my dream of becoming an NBA basketball player. But once again, everything happens for a reason. See, I was running stadiums in Tiger Stadium one morning about 6 a.m., getting ready to go to training camp, getting in shape. And the day before that, I had been asked to come speak I had been asked to come speak for a church to some children. And so that Sunday, I went and spoke to the kids, and and they gave, and the guy who asked me to come speak said, "Well, I want you to come to lunch with me. There's a guy I want you to meet named Bill Whittle." And I said, "I know Bill Whittle. He played ball with my dad. They were roommates." Now, you know how you know somebody, but you don't really know him? You see, I just knew he made a lot of money, but I didn't know what he did. Okay. And so, the guy said, "Well, I'll feed you lunch at a nice restaurant." I said, "Let's go." Yeah. Okay. I hadn't signed my contract yet. Okay. I said, "Let's go." And so I sit down, and that morning, okay, so that was on a Saturday. I said Sunday. That was on a Saturday. He told me he wanted to take me to lunch at 12 o'clock Monday. So Monday morning, I'm running stadiums. I had a contract. I had already signed a contract with the developmental league for the NBA. They said they were going to call me up. I had talked to the Miami Heat, the Wizards. I talked to a lot of different teams. They were going to call me up. I had an offer from Italy, $150,000. They were going to pay for my house, pay for my car. Okay, so I had a couple different options on the basketball side of things when I walked in this office. But that morning at 6 a.m., I hurt myself. And I was the only one there. See what I'm saying? I was running stadiums at 6 a.m. in the morning. Okay, if you've ever been to LSU and seen Tiger Stadium, it's about 110,000. Okay, so it's like a coliseum. All right, and I was the only one in the stadium. And I'm running up and down the stadiums. And I don't know if anybody's ever been I know we probably got some athletes in here. But when you really get hurt, you know. And I had dealt with injuries all through my college career. And I was running down that stadium, and my ankle, I don't want to get too graphic, okay? But for my own good, okay? But my ankle, and I felt it, and I heard it. And I sat on the bleachers, and I actually started crying. Because from 6 years old to 24, all I was going to do was be an NBA basketball player. That's it. That's all I was going to do. And I was right there. But once again, I took that negative. And, like I said, from 6 to 24, I knew what I was going to do. But from 6 o'clock a.m. on October 22nd until probably 11:59 a.m., I didn't have an idea what I was going to do. I didn't really know what I was going to do. I was kind of wavering. But when I sat down and saw the presentation, and Mr. Whittle said, and at that time, it was only 2 years ago, I guess he was making, $215 a month. And he said, this is how much I make, and this is what I do. And then he said, take this information, read it, give me a call in a couple of days. I said, a couple of days? He wouldn't let me sign that day. I took the information, called him 7 a.m. the next day and said, let's go, what we got to do? Call my agent, hey, tell the people in Italy I'm not coming. Turned out 150,000, house, car. Because my mindset was, if he could do it, and he's going to obviously give you his story, but if he could do it, then I knew I could do it. If he could make 110,000 his first year in 1980, and then make 256 and 369 and 669 after 4 years, go from making 15,000 to being a cash millionaire, I knew I could do it. I knew I could do it. See, the question you need to ask yourself is, if all these people that's being paraded in front of you can do it, why can't you? Because what a lot of people say is, well, this can't be for real. This can't be for real because they're offering me the opportunity. That's what you really tell yourself. But you have to believe that you're supposed to win in life. And you really don't get a chance to win in life like you can win at Primerica. You see, think about this. Everybody, well, golly, and it's so funny around the, the Baton Rouge, around Louisiana, a lot of people know me, and when I go places, so you playing ball, where you playing at? I'm not playing. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm 25. I made $30,000 last month. I'm doing okay. I don't have to worry about spraining my ankles. See, I made $30,000 last month, but it's not a cap on my income like it would be if I was in the league right now. And I don't have to worry about 28, 29 years old. The game's over. See, now the game's just getting started by 28, 29. And my income will be somewhere close right at $1 million by then. And guess what? It'll be on the way up. So you got to ask yourself, there's nothing different from me than you, but the only difference is probably our programming. See, from basketball, I understood the concept of being coachable. So despite the fact that I had all these degrees and everything, this guy was making over $200,000 a month. This is what he said needed to be done. Well, let's go. What we got to do? Let's go. It wasn't, well, why does this work this way? Why does this work this way? See, at LSU, or probably any school, okay, if the coach said, we're going to run this play, being honest, most times it was running to me, okay, all right. But if he said, we're going to run this play at the end of the game, and I said, well, coach, you know what? Now, we down 2 points, all right, and we got 6 seconds left, and I'm going to say, well, look, coach, why we got to run that play? I don't think that's a play I really want to run. That's fine. You don't have to run anything. Sit on the side. See, it's the same way here. You got a lot of people, it's in their best interest for you to win, right? And I realized that when I got here. So it wasn't a situation of, well, why are they doing this? It was just, okay, let's do it. Because too many people have won. Did you see the track record that Marco just showed you? See, I understood. I didn't have to check this out. I didn't have to check it out. Citigroup, Primerica, Bill Whittle. That's all I needed to know. See? So if you're talking about, well, we need to check it out, no, that's probably not the right answer. Okay? Because, you got to understand, this is not going to be easy. But if it was easy, would it really be worth it? Okay? And what you're doing now is not easy. But you don't have a chance to ever have more. I understood that. I wanted more. I wanted the opportunity to have an unlimited amount of money, be making an unlimited amount of money. I wanted that opportunity. I understood that, it's a process, but unfortunately, a lot of people aren't willing to go through the process so they can get to the prize. See, I was willing to do that because I understood the trade-off. That's why I say sometimes athletes, the right type of athletes, have a they got a edge here because they understand the concept of being coached, but they understand the concept of hard work. And like I said, I think I probably understood that better than most people. Because my whole life I was taught, if you work hard and you're in the right vehicle, you're going to be successful all the time, every time. Okay, but that's if you work hard and if you're in the right vehicle. A lot of you all working real hard, okay? You just, in a horse and carriage, all right, instead of in a Corvette. This opportunity is like a Corvette with the keys in it. You just got to be, all we got to do is teach you how to drive it, and you're ready to go. And so, when I got here, like I said, you got to ask yourself this question. Being in the right place at the right time is not what makes you a success. See, our company, we always say the right place, the right time. But being in the right place at the right time doesn't necessarily make you a success unless you're ready to be a success. You gotta ask yourself, am I ready? You gotta ask, are you ready? That's not, for all the people in here, you gotta ask yourself, are you ready? All right, because I was ready. And so, see, you can get in this business and you can say, well, I had a friend that tried that thing, that Primerica thing. Guess what? You also probably had some friends that went to college, and not all of them graduated from college. Does that mean college is bad? Does that mean the person was bad? It just meant it wasn't a good fit, right? But why would you judge your success based on somebody else? This opportunity is here for you guys. But because if you're the right type of person, then you're not worried about the ones who didn't make it. You're trying to find the ones who did make it and get there as fast as possible. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for the opportunity.